The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Jimmy, this is Jimmy I'm just chilling, Jimmy saw yo sitting down and designing. Why every man am I thinking? What are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC. You can't trust me, big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself alone as I'll be the one and only the Turkish MC. Always love the clothes of Jimmy. Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We've got a very fun show for you guys today with a Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell first. But before we get going, let's just say hi to everybody because the chat room is full, and we'll first say hi to our fabulous, cool, outrageous man about town, Mr. Ron Russell.
And you know it, baby. You know it. Hey, everybody. Lots to talk about. So as soon as he gives me permission, El Fura, I will be able to speak.
You have to talk louder, too. It's hard to hear you.
No, it's not hard to hear me. I have a soft, foggy voice. I'm not a loudmouth like you. I'm not a big Nelly Queen.
I know, but I don't know if people can hear you. Can you guys hear him?
I don't have a big girl voice like you have. You have a girl voice.
Yes, I know. That's the way it goes. So what's up, chat room? We got a chat room with all kinds of cool people in it. Michaela,
so who's cool in the chat room?
Michaela Singleton is in the chat room. Anton Country Super from Australia. Cindy Lady Lake is in the chat room. It went by too fast, so I'm not sure who else is on there.
You're a slow reader.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not a slow reader. You guys, welcome, you guys. We're going to have a fun show today. We have music royalty coming on the show today, Leland Sklar. I'm very, very excited about having him on the show. And then we're doing something we've never done before. We have like alternative rock band Trench. They're from Las Vegas, and they're going to actually play live, which we've never done before. And I don't mean like acoustically. They're going to actually play live. So it should be a lot of fun. They're fabulous. They got a brand new single that came out yesterday called Loud and Clear. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we want to just enjoy the day and the time and everybody here. And now I'm going to let Ron take it away.
How kind of you. Yeah, usually when we play music, they kick our music off. We're not allowed anymore. But this is live, and I hope they don't kick it off. Anyway, I wound up my shoot on Clown Fear on Friday. We get to the bar in the group. We get up at 5 a.m, get ready, drive into LA, 2-hour drive, makeup, hair, standing there, going on your blocking, learning lines, doing all the usual shit before you do a movie. And we discover there's no air conditioning in this bar and grill. It's broken. So the temperature with the lights on us went up to about 120 something. And I was dressed as a soldier. I mean, I'm not a soldier. What am I? I'm a General Milan. And hot as hell as it is in woolen pants and shirt and tie. I worked like 12 hours on my feet, standing up, doing lines and waiting for, in between setups. We went out on the patio where we could cool off a little bit. Anyway, I developed sunstroke. And
heat stroke, actually.
Heat stroke, sunstroke, you're fucking whatever stroke. Anyway, it sucks, whatever it is, because you get dizzy, you get dumb, and you get demented. And I'm all three right now. It never heals, by the way. You cannot cure heat exhaustion or sunstroke. Once you get it, you've got it always. And the doctor said, stay out of the sun because you are very susceptible to having these fainting spells and whatever the hell you get. It just zaps all the energy out of your body, and you feel like you're in a coma half the time. It's terrible. Anyway, so today if I go off kilter and I start to think that I'm Napoleon or Julius Caesar, bear with it. It's the sunstroke, not my age.
There you go. And we just had some more people join us. We want to say hi to B. Claudia in Germany.
Hey,
Backpack John is there. And Eileen said she can't get into the chat room, but she's listening. So, hey, Eileen.
Eileen, how come I can't get in? I mean, how come you can't get in? I love my Eileen. I miss that broad so much. I really miss Hanakas. We have so much fun with them.
Absolutely.
You know, we tease the hell out of her because she's flat chested. But anyway, so on set, listen to this guy. Dave, is Dave Hughes in the chat room?
No.
Dave Hughes from England. He comes in usually. I worked with Angie Stevenson. Woo, 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 woo. Is she a hot tomato? What a body, what a build, what boobs, what everything. Beautiful face, sexy lips, gorgeous hair, gorgeous girl. And I know that I'll be the envy of all the straight guys out there. Anyway, Angie Stevenson turned out to be a lovely human being, a great person, and a new good friend. And we're going to have her on the show. So you'll see for yourself what a lovely, sweet, talented, beautiful, sexy girl she is.
Absolutely. And you guys know her. She was in Sons of Anarchy, and she just did the Stepdaddy, and she was in Xenophobia. She's been in a whole bunch of cool stuff that we
She
go
was
see.
in 6 episodes.
Oh, and Morley's in the chat room. Hey, Morley, what's up?
Morley?
Yeah.
Old Morley?
Yeah.
Morley, I thought they kidnapped you and made you into a white slave. I can't believe Morley.
Hi, Morley. It's nice to see you.
How's the bride? How's the wedding? How's the marriage?
Backpack John always has to write glory hole in there because he learned what a glory hole was on our show.
And I guess he's in all the bathrooms now drilling them. But Morley, my God, Morley, nice to hear from you.
Oh, and Twiz, what's up? Twiz and White Piece is there too. Morley says his wife is awesome. And Twiz, what's up?
Good,
How you doing?
I'm happy the marriage is working because you love her so much.
She's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous, and Morley's crazy about it. I remember when he was courting her years ago, and then they got married, and he was like the June bride. She was, and he was. He was so happy to be married. I'm so glad. So anyway, Morley, sending a lot of hellos and caring.
Absolutely, it's fun.
So who else is in there?
Everybody, people just keep jumping in. So Twism just jumped in. B. Claudium.
Twism, big piece. How are you, baby?
Yes.
He always.
We should tell everybody too. Last night we had a wonderful time.
Well, because people can have shit fits and scream, you were all without masks. Oh my God.
Okay, there was only 6 of us.
You know, I invite people to my home now because I'm not doing this mask bullshit and no friends. At my age, I want to enjoy the years I have left. I don't want to be in prison and not see my friends or my family, my daughters. So I say to everyone, come to our home, do not wear a mask. It's okay. I'll take a chance because I firmly believe that nature has made a calculus machine. And when we're born, we have X amount of days on the planet and then we die. Whether it be the virus, automobile accident, or a dreadful disease, we die on that date, no matter what. You cannot escape it. And I believe in that. So if that's how I'm going to die from the coronavirus, well, let it be, because that's my destiny.
Also, that we're safe. You invite 6 people. It's not like you're in masses of people.
Jimmy, come here. You got a snot in your nose.
No, don't worry.
No, I got to pick it out. It's hanging.
Not on TV. You don't have
Why not? Jimmy, it's a hanging black one. Pull it. Pull that.
It's a hair.
Oh, it was a bit with a hair with snots. You could tll we're married. I mean, anybody
actually,
else?
they say your hair. They like your hair.
Here, look at it this way. Now that's sexy, baby. Woo! Look at wrong side.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that, kids.
You gotta love it. Anyway, so last night, you guys, we had a little dinner party because Sadie Katz, one of our favorite people on the planet, and her fiance Miles Reef were in Palm Springs, so we had them over for an impromptu dinner along with Kayoma and Shane. Shane was in a bunch of movies back in the day.
He's a
big stunt guy, and so we had a wonderful time. We even played, what's that song? The game?
Sticks, I call it.
I forgot the name of the game. And
it's that, or you pile the wood up to a pyramid and whoever pulls it out and it falls down.
I love it.
They were all like 8-year-olds. I was like married the maid in the kitchen because I cooked and I made ravioli with mozzarella. It was delicious. I made a gorgeous salad with walnuts and jazz and a good dressing.
Oh, Jenga. It's called Jenga. Yay, thanks, Twism.
Anyway, I was Beulah the cook, and I was in the kitchen cooking and preparing. I set the table. I served dinner. I mean, I really should have been a domestic. But anyway, I enjoy doing it because we haven't done it in a long time. Everybody loved the food. It was really good, wasn't it?
It was very good food, and we hadn't had people over. I think it's only like the second time since this whole pandemic.
Yeah.
So for 6 months, we haven't done
shit. Well, Sadie and Miles, they're like my children. I told you, they're my adopted children, and they call me Dad, and I call them my kids. I love Sadie Katz. She's a shooting star, soon to be seen with Ed Asner in a
great Christmas movie.
In a Christmas movie called Lifetime. What's it called?
It's on the Lifetime channel.
Yeah, well, that's what I would say.
Oh, I don't know what the movie is called. I
The
forgot.
movie's called Sadie Katz.
Something in Christmas movie.
Yeah, Sadie Katz is a star on Christmas. It's called.
There you go.
Anyway, it's on Lifetime channel, so I'm excited about that.
Everybody loves Sadie.
Well, you have to know Sadie. Sadie is the most gentle dove. She wounds easily. She's fragile. She's just adorable.
Beautiful. She looked
and
beautiful.
beautiful
Yesterday.
looking with a gorgeous figure. I mean, she's just a sensation.
So you guys need to go see Wrong Turn 6.
I'm speaking, you ill-mannered fuck.
No, you're not.
I'm speaking. Would your mother teach you when someone's speaking to keep your big trap shut?
I'm keeping it going. It's going too slow.
No, it's not going too slow. Everybody likes what I'm saying, you stupid freak.
They love Christmas movies, they say.
I mean, why did I marry a homosexual? I could have married a woman.
Yeah. It would have been way worse.
No, a woman is nice. A woman listen. I would have said, "Shut up, dumb bitch," and she would have.
Twism said, God, he's missed this.
What? What did he say?
He said, God, I've missed this. Twism, I hope you... we want to congratulate Twism since he's in the chat room with us because he's going to have another baby. I think that's number 6.
I know.
Coming on.
He
with his beautiful wife, and congratulations to you.
Twism doesn't know how to wear a bag or pull out. So therefore, he's knocking out kids like bread, like
That's
buns.
not true. They were all planned.
No, but he's knocking them out one after another. What does he want to make? Another, not a Republican, Democrat, another party.
He's making the hip hop race. There you go, white hip hop
You got
race.
all hairs in your nose.
Okay, you don't have to tell people. Nobody can see that.
No, but
Relax.
look, I see hairs hanging out.
Oh well, what are you gonna do?
I thought it was your mustache, but it's your fucking nostrils.
Okay.
How do you have? Doesn't it bother you? Look at that.
They
big,
grow. I trim them every day. They grow fast. I'm like.
But look at the big
like
white. You got a huge, long white one hanging. Let me pull it.
No.
Let me pull
No,
it.
because that hurts when you do that.
Oh, you poor little sissy fairy Mary. Oh, did I marry a butch number? Oh, you hurt my nose hairs.
No, that's hurt when you pull them out.
I could say something else doesn't hurt when I pull it out either. But anyway, pull that fucking white hair out.
No, I have to do it with a clip.
Anyway, it's enough of his snots and
white
nostrils.
hip hop race. We try to be non-partial here. Let's say the Caucasian hip hop race. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Hip hop game. Twism, what you guys have? You guys listen to the song when we do our exit music? That's the Jimmy and Wrong song by Twism White Piece. We love it. I think it's fabulous. I listen to it, bang it in my car all the time. I love it.
And the opening of our show is Ozzy
Ozzy.
singing, and she's singing Jimmy Star. Ron Russell's not mentioned at all.
That's because the song was done before I knew Ron.
And Ozzy said, "Oh, I'll re-record it. I can insert," and we never did.
You have to keep asking her.
She said, "Yes, when?" So she's ready to do it. She said, "When?"
She doesn't do us. We're not part of it. She just has to do it.
She has to insert it somewhere. They have to stretch the music somehow and the fabulous star of the show who made the show famous, Ron Russell.
Yeah.
They have to put that in it. Anyway, so we had a lot of fun at the dinner party. Took a lot of pictures and posted on Facebook. Now, a lot of people on Facebook are having nervous breakdowns. Oh, my God, none of you wore masks. Oh. I think that mask thing is full of shit anyway, because I know a lot of people who wore masks. A friend of ours just died. He lost his wife now. He lost his father. It's a sin. And his dad, of course, had stage 4 cancer. But anyway, he wore masks and he passed. And did you know that Trini Lopez died from the virus? I was so surprised. For those of you out there who remember Trini Lopez, fabulous singer, great songs.
Lots of people have, unfortunately.
So I don't know if the mask really works or if it stops it or doesn't stop it. Nobody knows.
They said they loved the Clown Motel pics.
Oh, that's fun. I think Clown Motel is either going to be a huge piece of shit or it's going to be the best film. I have not decided yet because it's kind of avant-garde the way it was shot. And so not Hollywood that I think it may be the new way to go with a good, like a comedy film.
So also Lady Lake says Trini was wonderful. And Dave Hughes just joined up, but he says he has poor internet for another week.
Dave,
look up Angie Stevenson. She's beautiful.
You missed her.
Ron was in a movie with her.
I was in a movie with her all day long. She got the biggest set of jugs, gorgeous boobs, and beautiful face with an ass that doesn't quit. She's gorgeous, beautiful, sexy, and fabulous. And she was hugging me and kissing me and sat on my lap. And I thought, oh, all you straight guys, eat your fucking hearts out.
Which, by the way, we wear masks everywhere we go, you guys.
Yes, out of the house.
Out of the house we wear them. He's just talking about in the house.
Well, only for the respect of others, but in the house, I mean, Jimmy and I are going to walk around with a mask
in our house.
How retarded is that?
Also, Helene Spalding is in the chat room. I'm not sure who that is, but hi and welcome to the show. We're going to bring in our first guest, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already here and in the studio, so I guess if Rebel's listening to this, she'll enter him. Yeah, there we go. Yay! Hello.
I'm loving you guys so much. I can't tell you.
Okay, let's go.
Hold on, we got to introduce him.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
You could have just stopped it coming.
Yeah, that would have worked. Hold on. Can you tilt your phone a little so we don't lose the top of your head? Oh, there you go. Perfect.
But then we lose the bottom of his 12-foot beard.
That's okay. I love the 12-foot beard. That's fabulous.
That. He has to brush that baby every day.
Of course he does.
It's my pet.
Oh, well, Helene Spalding says she's here for you. So let's make an introduction. Hey, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, one of the most famous bassists on planet Earth, total music royalty, Leland Sklar. Hello and welcome to the show.
I'm so happy to be here. I cannot tell you. This is the pinnacle of my career.
Oh, yes.
You're so full of shit.
No, I'm totally full of shit.
Thanks for the compliment. Now listen, a thick mustache they used to call a pussy bumper. Now your
flavor saver.
Well, wait, yes, a flavor saver. But your beard is a pussy banger, because when you do the mustache and the beard, the chick can't live because it's all over the place. And look at that.
It's my mask.
There you go. I love it. So hold on. Let me introduce you. This is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell.
It is so indeed a pleasure to meet you, because I'm so in awe of all the people you've played for. I can't believe your list of stars. It's just a joke. Nobody's been in that many situations as you have. I mean, playing with Barbara fucking Streisand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big number.
We're gonna brag for him in a minute before we get going. But first,
you're a big shot.
We have a chat room. We have a chat room full of people, lots of countries represented. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Well, hello to everybody in the chat room. And Miss Spalding is a dear friend, and I'm glad she came in here to join in. This is really thrilling. I was watching a whole bunch of your shows yesterday, just to moisten up, and you guys are a trip. I love it. It's really got a nice energy.
We're the only ones like it. That's why right now there are 4.5 million people watching you all over the world. Our show goes to every country.
That's so cool.
And nobody's yet shut us down.
Actually, though.
So I guess we're doing something.
We need to brag for you too, you guys. So,
yes.
First of all,
listen to this.
Hang on. First of all, you can follow Leland. He doesn't really tweet much, but he does have a Twitter. It's at SpoonyLee #1. So SPOONYLE #1. And if you go there and follow him, it says go to his YouTube page. And so if you go to his YouTube page, which is Leland Sklar, every day he plays bass on another song for everybody and does talks and little things. And you have to go because it's unbelievable. I've never, even like Justin Bieber and people, like when they put a video up, he gets like 8,000 or 10,000 hits in like a matter of 24 hours, which is pretty amazing. So your fan base is huge and I love it. But I want to brag for you a little bit. And that way everybody will know who we're really talking to. First of all, you guys, so I went on and I Googled Leland Sklar to find out all kinds of information about him. And then it said he's played on over 2,000 albums. And if that's real, that's you're working every fucking day.
Yeah, it's 2,600.
There we go. 2,600 albums, you guys. And I'm not talking about albums from your Joe Schmo next door, person in garage band who's never fucking played on a stage. I only picked out the ones that I like a lot, because there's way too many of them. But listen to this list, you guys.
Hang on. Did you ever play for Johnny Mathis?
Oh yeah, I love Johnny.
Oh, go fuck you. I hate you. I love Johnny. Johnny's my
That's his
idol.
favorite.
He's my idol, and I know Johnny, and I adore him. We'll talk about him later.
Oh, he's
hold
fabulous.
on.
He's fabulous.
I love him. I love him.
Okay, you guys. So listen to this list, and it's kind of long because I picked out about 30 of them. But this is just the coolest shit on the planet. So he's worked with Jackson Browne, Carole King, Phil Collins. That's one of my favorites. James Taylor, Toto, Bee Gees, Aaron Neville. The reason I mention Aaron Neville is because the duet that he did with Linda Ronstadt, the band that we're coming on next after you, they're like a big fan of yours, and they said that's why they formed their band, or whether a lot of it had to do with that song. So their name is Trench. They're coming on. Wilson Phillips, who's one of my favorites. Air Supply, who's been on our show. Richard Marks, Ricky Martin, Lisa Loeb's been on our show. Steve Lukather, who's from Toto. Chris Christopherson, Michael Jackson, Julio and Enrique Iglesias, both. Freddie Jackson, who I know, Engelberg Humperdinck, Faith Hill, Hall & Oates, Sammy Hagar, Vince Gill, England Dan and John Ford Coley, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Leonard Cohen, Phil Collins, I already said, Ray Charles, David Cassidy, Kim Carnes, Laura Branigan, Stephen Bishop, who's been on our show, America, that's the Horse with No Name song that you like.
Love that song.
Peter Allen.
Oh, my best friend. I knew Peter very
Bette
well.
Midler.
Peter was lovely.
Oh, Peter was the best. I adore him.
Bette Midler, Randy
him.
Newman, Olivia Newton-John, Donna Summer, Barbara Streisand, Dolly Parton. Now, that's about 30 of 2,600, you guys. Then
Wait. Could you just abbreviate it and say he's played for everybody that's famous?
it's more like who hasn't he played with? But listen to this, too. He's also played on soundtracks and for Legally Blonde, which 2 weeks ago we had one of the stars of Legally Blonde on here.
Cool.
Message in a Bottle, Metropolis, Phantom of the Paradise, which was the first movie that I was allowed to go see by myself. I was 10 years old. I love that movie.
Paul Williams.
Paul Williams, The Postman, The Prince of Egypt, Love Maximum. I don't know that one. It's Sleepwalkers, and we've had all the people from Sleepwalkers on this show.
That was fun.
So that's like a very small percentage, but can you guys believe that shit? He's played with everybody. So congratulations on a stellar career, and that seems to continue to keep moving forward, and we're very happy to have you.
And I hope you're absolutely outrageously wealthy. Because, I mean, we know so many of our people that is great recording artists who got fucked by managers and by labels.
Absolutely.
And I hope that you're not one of them, because
I'm not one of them, but I'm a sideman, so you don't make the dough that all the names you just said. I'm not in that league, because I'm basically a plumber when I get called to go to work. So, but I'm fine. I am just fine. I can just live out my life right now, and I'm quite content with it all.
Actually, you live in a big ass house, because I Google Earthed you.
I know that pissed me off. Somebody from Italy called me and said, "Go check out Google Earth," and there I was dumping my trash in front of the house. Somebody had driven by with one of those cars and filmed me. Jesus, what a world!
I actually saw you, though. I saw a Google Earth thing with you. That's why I thought you owned the Back to the Future car, is because I saw you with the Back to the Future car, and I was like, oh my God, because I collect cool shit. And I thought, oh my God, maybe he collects really cool shit. But the Back to the Future car is actually lives near you someplace.
Yeah, I live 2 blocks from the Gamble house, which was Doc Brown's house in the movie Back to the Future. And one day I walked by there, and there was a DeLorean meeting, and there was about 50 DeLoreans all parked out front of that place. It was pretty cool. It was really cool.
I was filmed on Skycam. They came over my patio, and I was out watering the plants naked, and they caught me tripping over my penis.
I'm not even going to go there. I was even
Life's a bitch.
Had the macro lens out or whatever.
So also one other thing that I read that so you were a member of the Section, and the Section was the house band for Asylum Records, and that you and the house band are one of the creators of the soft rock sound that was prevalent on top 40 radio in the 70s and 80s. Which that's a huge thing, because we had a dinner party last night, and we played 70s playlists the whole night for 4 hours and stuff. And so you were instrumental in creating that whole sound. Talk about that just a little bit, because I think we have an audience that fits into that demographic.
Yeah, well, we were the original touring. Well, we became the touring band for James Taylor and Jackson Browne, and we did things like the live Running on Empty with Jackson, and so. And we ended up doing. We were very fortunate when we did James Taylor's first records. Peter Asher, who was producing him, made sure that our names appeared on the albums, which before that, very few musicians' names were ever credited on albums. So when that whole singer-songwriter movement began, people would look at James's records and go, well, there's Lee Sklar and Russ Kunkel and Dan. Let's hire those guys, because they wanted to have another James. So we ended up just out of the chute working our asses off. And And it went on for a long time. We were like a cult hero band. We never had any success, but it was fun, man. It was a great run, and it's evolved into a new band that we've got right now called The Immediate Family, and it's Russ Kunkel and Danny Korchmar and Waddy Wachtel, myself, and Steve Postel. And we were hauling ass until the pandemic hit, and then everything. It didn't grind to a halt, but it slowed down. We got a documentary movie coming out about us and a new album and all kinds of shit going on.
What's the name of the documentary movie? I want to see it.
It's going to be called The Immediate Family. And Denny Tedesco, who made the Wrecking Crew movie, is making this one.
I actually know that name. I know the name.
Excellent. Now let me get into let's get into my world, because I'm 80 years old. So we have to go back.
So good. It's ridiculous.
Well, so do you. I mean,
I'm 19. I'm 19.
Well, I really thought you were 26, but you know, that the beard aged you a bit. Okay, Johnny Mathis, what albums are you on that you played for Johnny?
Well, I just did one album with him, but he did duets, and I'm trying to remember the female artist.
Denise Williams.
Yeah, it was Denise.
Yeah,
and it was lovely because I mean I was a Mathis fan since I was a little kid. My folks loved Johnny, and it's one of those things. You walk in the studio and he's there, and you just kind of pinch yourself. I've been through this with like Andy Williams and Andy Griffith and all these people. You know, they're so iconic that you walk in and you see them in the flesh and you kind of just start pinching yourself, which is fun anyhow.
Yes.
But it's a trip, and Johnny just has that voice, you know, and he's still singing so beautifully.
Well, because he never strained his voice. My first encounter with Johnny was supermarket shopping together. And we were all over the supermarket and we were chatting and bullshitting and nobody looked at him. So finally we got to the checkout boy and I said to the boy, "Do you know who this is with me?" He said, "Not an idea." I said, "This is Johnny Mathis." He said, "Oh, hello, Johnny Mathis." He still didn't know who Johnny Mathis was. And I really feel that in America, we really cash in our stars very quickly. Yeah. In Europe, an artist or an opera singer could be 100 and be remembered by teenagers. I don't understand why Johnny Mathis's music is not understood by the young, because he is better than Sinatra. He is better than any other male vocalist in the world, is my opinion. I know the man. I've met him a few times after that socially. He is shy. He is soft-spoken. He is non-intrusive. He is the kindest, the most gentle, the most beautiful looking man. And when he sings, his voice is his beauty. Because
absolutely.
I adore Johnny. I adore him.
Yeah.
You know, he won't come on our show because he doesn't do interviews. I think he's a little afraid of me. You know, that I may say things that he doesn't want let known. And I would never do that. I adore him. If he came on our show, I would just sit here and say, "I love you, I 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 love you."
Well, get all the things he thinks you would say about him off on me, and then it'll be a clean slate for him. I'm good with anything. I really
let me tell you something. You're very cool. I like you. You're from my time, probably a little younger than I. But
I'm 73.
Okay, I'm 80. We lived in a world that's so different from today. And you and I have that old world spirit, and I hear it in you, and I feel comfortable with you. And I know that, listen, one question quickly before I forget. Yeah. What do you think of Gene Krupa?
Oh, Gene was magnificent. Fabulous drummer, you know, one of the greats of all time. And just his energy, when you see old footage of him playing and stuff, man, that guy was on fire. But you know, all those guys of that area, you know, Buddy, all those guys, you know, Louis Belson, they're all like amazing.
He always asks everybody that because I like drummers, so we always seem
have good friends that are drummers.
Yeah, we have a lot of friends. Like we had Rick Allen from Def Leppard on 2 weeks ago.
We've got famous drummers friends.
And we just know a lot of drummers.
And what about Pink Floyd and the other guy and the other guy?
Yes, he knows all them. You know Scott Page, right? And Stephen Perkins.
Yeah. Oh, all those guys.
I love Scott, and I love all
Scotty's
of them.
amazing. Scotty's amazing.
And his wife is terrific. I love Paige.
Yeah, Wayne. And his sister too, Tanya, is really fabulous.
Yeah, no, Scotty is a good friend, a close, dear friend of ours. I'm talking about the drummer. What's his name?
Stephen Perkins.
Stephen Perkins. Wow, he plays a good drum.
Yeah.
But
Gene, and we had Bobby Blotzer from Radon. We have a lot of drummers. I
was
like drummers.
I was like brother to Jane Russell, the legend. She and I she and I were dearest friends for years. And I used to ask her about all the stars before I was an adult. And I asked her one time, I said, what was Gene Krupa like? She said she knew him. And he was a bit strange, she said. But boy, when he got on those drums, everyone's mouth fell open.
Yeah.
And they were in awe. And when he finished playing, they'd all look at each other and say, how the hell does he do it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even see his sticks move. He goes so fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's, these guys are remarkable, and everybody's spin on people are different. Somebody will think somebody's God, and another person will think they're a pent load. You just never know, how people take on the person as a person. But when they sit down at their art, that's when that defines them at that point.
We like most of them, though. We had Kenny Aronoff on not too long ago.
Kenny's
freaking awesome.
Kenny's another sweet art. We love Kenny. He's a doll, Kenny. But my two favorite instruments in a band are the drums and the saxophone. Cool. They make the band happen, as far as I'm concerned. That's what I hear when I hear a sax go with those beautiful low, sexy notes, and then I hear that drum give me the beat. Boom, boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom.
I have a question.
Boom, I get crazy.
First of all, we're going to ask a question about Paul McCartney in a minute, but I have a question. So, with Phil Collins, are you the bass player on In the Air Tonight?
I met Phil after he called me to do that album, and I was unavailable. So I started with him on No Jacket Required.
Okay.
In '84. But I mean, I've played it a million times on the road, and it's probably one of the greatest songs to play live ever.
It's one of the greatest songs ever written, ever.
When you played for La Streisand, was it a concert or an album?
I've done albums with her. I did the movie Amir Has Two Faces.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
I played on Evergreen.
Oh, I love that too.
That's a beautiful album.
Yeah. She was great. She's great. She's just the consummate pro. She shows up. She knows everybody's parts. I mean, she is like so in command. It's really a delight to work with her. I love her dearly. So I did a thing on my YouTube channel about her, and she actually contacted me and said she really appreciated it.
Oh, how cool is that?
I'm glad that you said something positive about her, because so many people say so many negative things.
Oh, fuck them.
That she's a bitch, she's demanding, she's degrading, she'll degrade an artist on stage or whatever if they're not performing correctly. And I think these are just opinions of some people that got lost in the moment.
Well, I'll tell you also, when you're as professional as she is, she kind of shows up expecting everybody else to be professional, and she calls out people who are slackers. If she's doing an album and somebody's in there and they're not doing a good job, she'll say something because it's important to her that it be right. And then they walk away going, "What a bitch." But it's not. She just wants it right, and and she deserves it right, like any artist. If you say yes to a phone call and show up, bring your A game.
Absolutely.
No, I do movies, and I agree with this, because if the director and I don't get along, only in one movie we didn't get along, and that's only because we're best friends for many years. So never work for a director that's your best friend, because they take advantages on you that they wouldn't on others. And he sort of humiliated me on set, and
not good.
Well, he just thought he was being Brooklyn cute, and he wasn't. So I don't badmouth him ever. I'll never work with him again. But I don't badmouth him.
Maintain the friendship.
Yes.
Not even. I don't like people who badmouth people.
Okay.
I don't think anyone has the right to publicly hurt somebody else's career that they're working so hard for so many years to become famous.
I agree with you.
Keep your
one thing real quick. I'm sitting here looking at you, and you have this great head of white hair. When I was working with Andy Griffith, Andy had the same kind of hair, and he looked at me in the studio and he said, "Who would have thought I'd have all this white hair and Opie be bald?"
I love it.
Yeah, but you see, I could never grow a beard like you. I grow a beard like a Chinaman. I have hair on my chin and my little mustache, but there's nothing else on my face. So if I wanted to grow your beard, not possible.
How long does that take? How long is that to grow that?
I've had it for so long. I cut it all the time, but I mean, I've had it forever. So last time I totally shaved was when I got my high school diploma in '65.
You're
Oh
kidding.
shit!
No.
Now, are you married?
Yeah.
65.
Now, what is
Oh,
your?
I was born
wait,
then.
You
In 64.
right. I was already an adult having kids. But anyway, what does your wife think of your beard? Of course, she loves it because.
Well, no, yeah, yes and no. There's times where she just kind of just goes, "You think you're ever going to shave that?" She's never seen me clean shaven. We've been together 50 years in December, and she's still never seen me
Congratulations.
clean shaven.
Good for you. Happy marriage.
Yeah.
She's never seen you. Well, you know what? My hair and eyebrows have become my trademark.
Yeah.
And your beard has become your trademark.
Yeah.
People wouldn't know you without it.
I know.
I think it's very interesting because to me it's reminiscent of my hippie days when I was a hippie.
Yeah.
And I love that whole era, love and caring and let's be friends and peace on earth.
It was pretty magical.
Well, we all believed in something wonderful that I wish people would today.
Yeah.
We'd be a far better planet.
So
I agree.
a couple of things. Number one, do you know Mark Stein? Mark Stein is from Vanilla Fudge.
Oh yeah, I was going to say the only Mark Stein I knew was in Vanilla Fudge, keyboard player.
Yeah, because Helene wrote a thing that like you got your band opened up for oh shit. What was the name of the band now? I just forgot.
That's because you're old.
No, Jimi Hendrix. What's Jimi Hendrix's band?
Well, The Experience.
No. The real band, like back in the day.
Well, he had two. I mean, it was the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and then it was Band of Gypsies after that.
Maybe it's not Jimi Hendrix then.
No, it wasn't Jimi Hendrix.
No, but if she's talking about that, I was an usher at the Hollywood Bowl when the Beatles played there, and I stayed on for the whole season. And Jimi Hendrix played, and Vanilla Fudge opened for Jimi Hendrix. So there may be
Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin. I was thinking Led Zeppelin.
Oh
okay.
yeah, no, I was in a band in the late '60s called Wolfgang. And the very first time we ever walked on stage together was at Winterland in San Francisco, opening for Zeppelin in '68.
That's why I brought it up, because I knew Vanilla Fudge did too. And I'm from Florida. I'm originally from Florida.
Okay.
And Mark Stein lives there, so I used to be a clothing designer, and he used to shop in my store all the time, and we would go see them on tour. So she says we need to ask you about Paul McCartney. Let me tell my Paul McCartney story
before
first.
Before you do that, I want to ask him before I forget, because I forget my age. Nobody knows this performer, and I loved his work. Country Joe and the Fish.
Oh, absolutely. Country Joe McDonald.
Yes. You knew him. Did you ever meet him?
No, I never met him, but I remember them well. All those groups. I mean, the whole Bay Area thing was amazing.
When I mention, people go blank. They say, "Who?" I say, "You don't know who Country Joe
there's people that do that when you say the Beatles.
No,
there's a lot of people that are. Oh yeah, man. There's a lot of people that.
The Beatles.
Yeah. It's weird.
Actually, you had that happen with Barbara Streisand.
Oh yeah, I do college. I used to do college seminars, teaching the kids about old Hollywood. And I was talking about Jane Russell, and I see this kid in front of me, he's got a blank face. Then I mentioned Betty Davis, he's got a blank face. Then I said Barbara Streisand, and I couldn't help it. I looked at him, I said, "Do you know who Barbara Streisand is?" He said, "No, but I've heard of her." And I just wanted to walk out of the building and say, fuck it. These kids are so stupid.
Yeah.
Don't they know the history of film and music? We must teach them the history of film and music.
They're not curious.
Huh?
They're not curious. That's the
You're
thing.
right.
No, but if you teach, look, I go in there, I tell them stories, all the Hollywood stories that I'm famous for. I know all the Hollywood legends because I grew up with them in my business. And they sit there fascinated. They will on Facebook. I just did one on Van Johnson, me having dinner with Van Johnson as an old guy. And people came and said, "Ron, we love your stories." And these are young people. So if you give them an appetite for it, like music, I mean, how many people know your music? Now we all know that you are absolutely outrageous in the performances that you've done with the greatest stars of the business. I mean, you are a legend now.
That's been the neat thing about this YouTube channel that came out of the pandemic for me. Is there's so many people. We're like today. I did America. I did a song "1 in a Million" that I recorded with them. So that's before we came on the air. And I get people that come on and go, "I didn't know about that person, but I'm going to go check them out." And then they write me back and they go, "Oh, I love their music." It's like exposing people to things and educating them. Really letting them take your lead, and then they go on an exploratory adventure to find these things that otherwise they're never going to hear.
I love
or
America.
see with movies, and it's
That's why I'm happy you're on our show, because we've just educated 4.5 million people that you have played with some of the greatest legends, and they're not all the jerks of today. We have garbage out there for music today.
well, there was garbage then too. When
No,
I was
yeah, but our garbage was good garbage.
But I mean, it's been fun because I played on It's Raining Men, I played on I Am Woman, all those things. It's been a great run. I cannot complain. I've had a.
Are you kidding? You're a super success.
Let's go back to
Wait a minute. You are Barbara Streisand with a beard.
Let's go back to Paul McCartney. So like I used to live in Florida and I love that. And Paul McCartney had a house there, and a friend of mine lived like 4 doors down and said, "Oh, he's not there, but I know the caretaker. You want to go look at it?" So we got to go and see Paul McCartney's house. It was amazing. And Helene says you have a Paul McCartney. Tell us something about Paul McCartney.
Well, the thing that was fun to me was there was a concert. They've done them many years. It's called the Knebworth, Knebworth. It's
Festival,
outside of London, and it's a huge festival. And in 1990, we played it with Phil Collins, and we also combined with the 2 other guys from Genesis. But it was Page and Plant, Elton, McCartney, Clapton, Pink Floyd. I mean, it's like one of these days where everybody you ever dreamed of is performing. And I walked into the canteen area, and Paul was sitting with Linda eating, and I thought, I've got to go say something to this guy. I mean, he's meant the world to me. And I start heading over to their table, and he looks up and he sees me and he goes, "Oh man, Lee Sklar, I always wanted to meet you." And I said, "Don't fucking do this to me." I was going to break some glass and crawl through it on my way to the table. But it was really fun because after the show, I talked to him, and I said, the last time I heard some of these songs was I was an usher at the Hollywood Bowl when you guys played there. And he just thought that was the funniest thing in the world that, I got paid $5 to see the Beatles.
There you go.
This happened to me. The first Jane Russell said to me, Esther Williams, the swimmer, was Jane Russell's best friend and living in Santa Monica. And Jane said to me, "I'm going to Esther's for lunch. You want to come? You'd like to meet her?" I said, "Are you kidding? Of course. I'll have to interview her also." So I walk into the house, and there's Esther. Jane and Esther hugged and kissed. And then Esther said, "I heard about you. You're crazy." and you want me on your show? I said, "What an introduction, Esther. You should have drowned years ago." And she started to laugh her head off. I said, "Who told you I'm crazy?" She said, "Jane did, because Jane said Ron wants you on his show, but he's a little crazy." So I looked at Jane. I said, "Thanks for the knife in the back, bitch."
No, that's a good introduction.
Well, anyway, Esther Williams turned out to be one of the most down-to-earth broads I've ever met. I mean, she's really, she was not Hollywood at all. She was totally human.
Oh, and it's so gorgeous, and what a great athlete.
And she was a lovely person, a wonderful hostess, and friendly and warm. And of course, she had gained weight and was older, but I could still see a beautiful woman there.
Oh, that's great.
But I liked Esther a lot.
Yeah.
So we asked. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, because I was going to go move to a different subject. So keep your thought and go ahead and finish it.
Go for it.
My new subject is because we've had. Do you know Tony Franklin?
Yeah, Tony's a very dear friend.
So Tony Franklin has his own guitar, and so do you. And that's why I wanted to brag a little bit, because you've got the Lee Sklar signature bass.
I've got 2 of them actually with 2 different companies, but they're diametrically opposed, so there's no conflict of interest, and I'm not a total whore, hawking stuff.
That's okay if you're a total whore anyway. Hey,
no, I mean, under other circumstances. No, there's a company called Dingwall out of Canada, Sheldon Dingwall. And my 5-string is made by Sheldon, but then I have a semi-acoustic 4-string that's made by Warwick in Germany. And so they're both signature models. And then I have my main bass, which I call Frankenstein, because it was just body parts that we assembled back in '73. And turned out to be like the greatest monster I ever saw. So I'm with that.
So is that your favorite one?
Yeah, it's just sitting right here. It's the one I just used on the America track because that's what I used on the record.
Now let me ask you, where do you live? Don't give us where. Just give us.
I'm in Pasadena, Kella, out here.
Oh, Pasadena. Okay.
Yeah.
When we get over this virus bullshit, Scott Page performs with some of the Pink Floyd people in That wonderful
been to that?
the dome.
Have you been to the Wisdom?
The Wisdom. Have you
I
been?
have not been there yet.
Well, listen, let's make a date. I want to meet you in
Please.
person. I want to meet you in person. I want a picture with you for my album. No,
I'll need a picture with you too, because I'm actually in the process this week of finishing a coffee table book. Since 2004, I've got, I have over 11,000 pictures of people going,
woo.
We'll do it.
That's my favorite. That's
and-
my famous picture. I had it on Facebook. I'm in the car eating lunch because we're going to go film soon. And Jimmy says to me, do not get any grease on my BMW seats. So I just turned.
I just got it. It was brand.
I turned to him and I went like that. Well, it got like a zillion plays, but
yeah.
But, oh yeah.
When's your coffee table book coming out? Hold on.
Wait. Let me get back to the Wisdom.
Okay, you finished the Wisdom.
Yeah. When Scott plays there, everybody plays there. I will call you and I will say to you, we're going to be there that night. Bring your wife. We have the best time. Afterwards, we go out, we socialize, we have coffee and whatever.
I'd love it.
It's a wonderful.
I've done so many things with Scott over the years and played with him so many times. I'd love to go down there.
Scott, I'll tell Wayne to be there also.
Yeah.
And we'll tell Kenny to be there.
I'll be playing anyway. So.
And Kenny's playing.
He knows all of them. You know Kenny Olsen, right?
Yeah.
Kenny Olsen.
He knows everybody.
I love Kenny Olsen. I keep fixing him up.
He's like the man. He knows everybody.
No, I keep fixing him up with these broads.
So hold on.
Like a pimp.
Tell us about the book then. So when's the book going to come out? So everybody in the book is shooting a bird?
Yeah. I mean, it's recognizable people. It's people on the street. It's people at gigs. It's all of humanity. I mean, it runs the gamut, with people like Jack Nicholson and Lou Adler and Jay Leno and Gwyneth Paltrow and all. But I've got like everybody. I've got athletes and all these. But we've pared the book down to 6,000 photographs. I've still got 5,000 sitting in a folder. And it should be heading to print this weekend, which means I'll have the book by the end of November. So I'm going to dress up like Santa and go and treat my channel like QVC and be
Hawking books. There you go. I think that's fabulous.
Yeah, I'm going to be starting probably in the next week or so. I'm going to be beginning a Kickstarter campaign for it, and those people will get like autographed copies and all that. It's something that people have been bugging me about for years because they've seen me taking these pictures forever. But all of a sudden I had time because of the pandemic. I was supposed to be on the road through February of next year and everything shut down. So suddenly I created this YouTube channel and a Clubhouse. I've got a live stream at 3:00 today with my Clubhouse. And I'm trying to make the most of a really hideous situation.
You and me both. It's very difficult. I go on the set. I was just on the set Friday, finishing up a film called Clown Motel 2. And we all had to wear masks, which I thought was stupid until we shot. The minute we shot, we took masks off. And I said to my director, what's the point? If we've got it, we just spread it. I mean, and I've been kissing everybody, hello and goodbye, all that whole. So
it's a tough call.
It's disgusting. It's really... Yeah. I hate it because, I'm 80 years old. What have I got left? And whatever I have left, I don't want to be in prison. I want to enjoy it.
Even though we are in prison because we don't go anywhere.
I love my friends beyond belief. I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
I'm
a Gemini.
Okay. I love you already. I mean, I'm a social butterfly. I've been all my life and I have wonderful friends over the years. Many have died, of course, Mr. Blackwell, Jane Russell, Rhonda Fleming. No, she's alive still. But anyway, all the old broads, the old actresses. So I'm kind of in a world now of young people because all the old ones are gone. And I love the young people because they keep me young.
Mm-hmm.
But this pandemic is for the birds. I mean,
so let's go back. First of all, we have B. Claudia in the chat room. B. Claudia is from Germany. She basically tunes in. She's a big fan and friend of ours, but she loves the musician people more than anybody. And so she'll totally have an orgasm if you just say hi, B. Claudia, because she'll be so happy.
B. Claudia, I've been waiting for you so long now. I mean, you put an absolute smile on my face.
And you know something? she will work on your Kickstarter like no one else.
Yeah,
She
she'll
does
help
that.
promote it.
She will help promote your Kickstarter.
Yeah, I have
know
no
that.
idea how to do it. I'm going to have to get some tutorials on how to do this.
It's not
properly.
hard. It's not hard. So, do you listen to modern day music at all?
Well, being in the profession I'm in as a studio musician, you really have to be cognizant of everything that's going on because you never know what you're going to get called for. And I still do a lot of albums with kids in their 20s and stuff. And the thing is, when you walk in the studio, the age disappears.
Right.
And we're all on the same page working together. And I love it. You know, I mean, there's crap, but I think back to crap that I was listening, I heard when I was 20. So,
I never heard crap at 20. What were you listening to?
I heard some
like what?
crap.
Give me some crap.
Because he was probably behind the scenes.
No, but wait a
more.
minute. Give me some crap.
Well, there were bands that I just thought were not very good bands that got, had a lot, had pretty much success. There was a ton of them, like in Hollywood on the Sunset Strip, playing clubs.
like Bones, that group. Bones was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a big fan of the Seeds or some of those bands. And
neither was I.
But it doesn't mean they were bad. It just means there were others that my energy, was more focused on that I enjoyed more.
You know what? Back then, we got so loaded that when the music played, who gave a shit? As long as we could dance to anything, we danced to two cans banging together.
I was in that band.
I mean, really. I used to go to the what was it on Sunset Boulevard? The Whiskey Go Go.
Yeah, still there.
And everybody played there. That was incredible. I mean, but we really went for the music and mostly to have fun. And
it's the hang.
It's the hang. It's the hang. And everybody got a little loaded. We all got a little free. And it was a good time.
Yeah. Hullabaloo. The Hullabaloo was a great club.
Remember the I forgot about the Hullabaloo.
Yeah, I went there and I saw the original Sons of Champlin, followed by the early Sly and the Family Stone. And the headliner was Canned Heat.
I love Sly. Did you ever go to the Baked Potato on Ventura?
Oh, yeah.
I love the Baked Potato.
Yeah. I love an intimate club.
A good friend of ours, a good drummer played there, Earl Palmer.
Oh, Earl played on our first record when I was.
I love Earl. Earl
Holy
Palmer.
shit.
Earl Palmer was a good friend of mine and the coolest guy in the world.
Yeah.
And I used to go there with all my friends just to hear Earl the nights that he played. And one night, Red Fox came in.
Oh,
and I was with my sister-in-law, who was a tall, white, blonde, sophisticated broad. And he went over and he said, "You're not going to give me a kiss?" So she offered her cheek, and he stuck his tongue in her ear. That was Red Fox. He was outrageous.
Who's going to say no?
No, but I loved Red Fox. He had a filthy mouth. He's like me, dirty mouthed and dirty pervert. I mean, if a good-looking chick walked in, forget about it. What he didn't say and do. He was a womanizer. He was a crazy guy.
I'll tell you the funniest one of those cats was my wife and I went to a Marino's Italian restaurant down in Hollywood one night with one of her girlfriends. It was just beautiful. The next table, Jack LaLanne was there, and Jack was so all over her girl, and he's sitting with his wife, and he's like 5'4". He was like 5'4", and
yes.
Brooke was about 5'11", and he was like climbing her.
Wait, and Jack's wife was like 5. I was with Mr. Blackwell eating in a Greek restaurant in L.A., and Jack was there with his wife, and Jack walked over to our table, and he looked at Mr. Blackwell. He said, "Yo, fuck, you're still alive. How are you?" And he was a cool guy. He said that to Blackwell. You old fuck, you're still alive. Yeah, he was the littlest guy in the world. Not only was he short, but he was petite.
Yeah.
And on film, when he does the commercial, he looks so big and tall.
Yeah.
And his wife had to be 4'8". She was like a dwarf. I mean,
yeah, it was funny. He was sitting at the table, like flexing his arm, going, "Here, feel my muscle, feel my
no muscle."
It was towards the end of his life. He was a real character. I love characters.
I do. I need new character. Mr. Blackwell, you know who Mr. Blackwell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. His fashion.
Richard was my best and dearest friend. We hung out all the time, and he and Zsa Zsa Gabor. I mean, he tells a story that the first time he went to Zsa Zsa Gabor's house, the dog had shit on the rug, and Zsa Zsa was so busy looking at the shit and telling the maid how to clean it, and Blackwell was standing there, and Blackwell looked at her. He said, "As soon as you get finished with the shit, I would like to speak to you. So she looked up and then she went back to the shit. Mr. Blackwell turned around and walked out. And there never was a friendship ever again.
Wow.
He used to say that she wears so many feathers, she looks like she's in a tree giving birth to eggs.
So real quick though, go back.
Yeah, Jimmy.
So go to, oh shit, now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh no, Eileen. Okay, first of all, I don't know if I already said to say hi to Eileen, but say hi to Eileen Shapiro. She doesn't know how to get in the chat room, so she's texting me.
I know it's breaking my heart because Eileen is such a, I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Eileen. She's the conduit to everybody.
Did you ever see her tits?
I've seen some pictures on.
She has the biggest set of jugs in the world.
And Ron made them famous.
And I made them famous because I adore Eileen. She's like my sister. I mean,
that's great.
She's my dearest best friend.
And she's my business partner. So.
Right. And I said to Eileen, you know, she slept over our house and I saw her without a bra in a nightgown. I said, Eileen, my God, those fucking things. They're like bombs, you know, like torpedoes. And don't they hurt? And she said, not at all. I'm used to them. So I said, I bet you, and it's true. Every guy that meets Eileen wants a banger.
Yeah, everybody likes Eileen.
All the guys we introduce her to, they all want a banger. I said, what the fuck does she got besides the tits? It's so wonderful. I mean, so, you know.
So anyway, she has a question.
Yeah.
Her question is, do you know Billy Idol? Billy, you know, she just wrote this book, Waiting for Adam, all about like, you know, all the people she interviewed and trying to interview Adam Ant. Now she wants to interview Billy Idol. She wants to know if you know Billy Idol.
Well, I did an album with him, but I haven't seen him in years.
You're out of luck, Eileen. Sorry.
Eileen is crazy about Adam Ant.
Well, Adam had his moment in the sun, that's for sure. Man,
well, she would bang him in a New York second. She's so hot for that guy. And I said,
Helene says Eileen's tits can't be as big as Dolly Parton's, but I think Dolly Parton had a reduction, so
no. Wait a minute. Dolly Parton's body is a lot thinner than Eileen's. But the tits are the same. I'm a tit man. I know what I'm talking about. She's got Dolly Parton.
Fuck, laugh out loud. And B. Claudia from Germany said that she's totally going to get your book, and she's just subscribe to your YouTube channel so she can.
Watch it. Let's do this. What's the name of your book again?
I'm not releasing any of that until the cover and the title, everything's going to be a surprise when the Kickstarter hits.
I love it. Okay.
Well, then when the Kickstarter hits, you're going to come.
You got to let me know because I have a bunch of.
No, but you're going to come back on this show. I'm inviting you.
I would love to. I would love to.
This way we can help you raise the funds and get your book going.
Great.
Because you know what? Let me tell you something. And this is no smoke up your ass because I don't do that. You have now become music legend. Because the amount of work that you have done with the celebrities that you have worked with puts you in the category of fabulous. And
he likes you because you guys go to all the same places.
No, I want to ask him one more question.
Yeah, please.
And if he worked with her, I'm leaving the show and I'm going to kill myself.
Okay.
Did you ever work for Peggy Lee?
No, you don't have to kill yourself. But boy, I sure was a fan of Peggy and
you.
All the songs she wrote, like for Lady and the Tramp and all those things.
She wrote songs for Jane Russell.
Yeah.
That Jane used in her show. Peggy Lee is my favorite female singer. There's nobody like Peggy Lee. Even though she sang before the music or after the music. I forgot how it was. Beryl Davis. Does that name mean anything to you?
I've heard the name.
Beryl Davis was a singer and her husband was the CEO of Capitol Records. And Beryl and I were driving one day and she looked up and she said, oh, Peggy Lee, when she was alive, lived there. I said, you knew Peggy Lee? She said, yes. I said, Beryl, how many years ago? She was still alive and I know you. She said, of course she was. Beryl, why didn't you ever introduce me to Peggy Lee? I'm going to kill you. She said, I didn't think you cared. I said, I don't care. So I play in my fucking car. It's Johnny Mathis and Peggy Lee. And you know what she said to me? Oh, Ron, too bad. Peggy would have loved you. I wanted to punch her in the face, and I don't hit women, but and I love Beryl Davis, was my dearest friend.
Yeah. But that's, it's sad to think, when you're that close and it doesn't happen.
Yes.
I mean, really and truly.
So let's take that to you then. Who's somebody that you've been that close, but it didn't happen that you thought, oh my God, I would have loved to actually get to work with them. Do you have a bucket list of somebody that 2,600 fucking albums. There's
No.
probably not too many people that you have missed.
No, but there's people who I really love their music, and I haven't had a chance. I love Steve Winwood. I've always been a Winwood fan, and I've never had the chance to play with him. And I've been close to and hung with Elton, but I've never been able to go on, tour with him or record. There's a few out there, but I think it's nice just to share everything. So there's lots of gigs out there. I just want to see everybody busy and working.
Yeah, but you don't get greedy. You've done enough.
Yeah.
You've got some resume, my friend. The question I wanted to ask, I just forgot. Being 80 sucks. You forget everything. You got to do everything, interrupt people, and do.
But
it
it's
quick.
all fresh every time you come up with it again.
Yeah, because you forgot that you said.
Yeah, you forgot you said it.
What was the question I wanted to ask?
That's hilarious.
And it was a good. Oh! My favorite song of all time is Crystal Blue Persuasion.
Oh.
And I put it on Facebook and said to the young people today, listen to the lyrics, because this is what we need today. And now I just found out that Tommy James is coming on our show soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
So I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, maybe he'll bring a couple of chandelles with him.
Yeah.
He's got to unscrew them from the ceiling, the chandelier.
Oh, he had some great songs. But, all those guys, I did an album with Dion. And I'll tell you, the most fun thing was he was goofing around and he did like a hip hop version of The Wanderer just for fun. We didn't even record it. We were all sitting there and we went, are you kidding me? It was so good.
How cool is that?
How cool is that?
It's those behind the scenes, those things. Those are the kind of things that you like always remember, that you.
Did you ever work with Dionne Warwick?
Oh, yeah, I did a bunch of Dionne Warwick stuff. I love Dionne. Because a lot of stuff I did a lot of Hal David was a dear friend, and Burt Bacharach, so I did a lot of stuff that they were involved with.
Oh my God, I love Make It Easy on Yourself.
I met Burt
Bacharach.
My friend Perry Winkler lived up in Truesdale Estates, and that's where Burt and Angie Dickinson lived. Matter of fact, they were 3 or 4 houses down, and Angie Dickinson was the sweetest woman in the world.
Yeah.
Burt was very shy and very nice, and they had a daughter that had some sort of a retardation or something, and it was sad because here they were, these famous people who do so much, and they have to have this horrible thing happen to their child.
Well, it's like being a great singer and you have a child that's deaf.
Yes,
exactly. Well, this is what this was. I mean, I don't think the daughter got it, who Burt was or Angie was.
What is your producer switch?
This goes back to the great Tommy Tedesco, who was the greatest studio guitar player that ever was. We were doing a movie over at the Universal lot at Universal Studios. Used to have a great studio on the property, and we used to do all the shows like Magnum PI and Hill Street Blues. I mean,
I love that.
Rockford Files and all those things. But I was sitting with Tommy, and the barricades, you look like Kilroy when you were sitting there. All you saw was like this much of our faces. And the conductor was across the room, and he said to Tommy, he says, could I hear like a mandolin on this? So Tommy bends over and picks up his instrument and plays. He goes, no, he went through like a half a dozen instruments wanting to hear different sounds. And I'm dying. I'm crapping my pants because I'm right next to Tommy. And Tommy's only bending over and sitting back up. He only had his acoustic guitar with him. So he was pretending he was picking something else up and then playing in different positions. And when it was over, I looked at him, I said, I just learned more in 5 minutes how this business works than I did in all my formal education. So I went home with one of my main basses and I drilled a hole in it and stuck a switchcraft switch in the hole, but there was no wires or anything. So if somebody would ask me, can you make that shimmer? Can you make that more mauve? I would make sure they could see me flip the switch, and then I'd play in a different position, and they were thrilled, and it saved me a lot of aggravation. And then word got out.
Tricks of the biz.
It's all placebos. Yeah.
You are one hell of a terrific, interesting guy.
What about I like Miley. So I like Miley Cyrus a lot. Have you played on anything for Miley Cyrus?
I didn't do anything. I worked with Billy Ray, but I never worked with Miley. And I did some comments on her stuff early on where I said, you actually are really a talented girl, and so much of what she was doing was such a distraction from her actual abilities.
She has a new song she just released last week, and it is awesome. I freaking like
cool.
it.
Well, what's the one that wore the meat? What was her name?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. She's got
so good.
better talent than what she puts out there. I mean, she's an opera singer. She's a very good ballad singer.
Yeah, I saw her with Tony at the
Tony
at the
Bennett.
Hollywood Bowl, and she was great. And
She's fabulous.
the thing is, it's kind of like all these things. It's like you guys. How many people want to do something like this? How do you rise to the top? You've got to have a shtick or a hook or anything like that.
Chemistry.
Yeah, and it's a big field of people. So she came out, and with all her talent, the first thing she did was make something that caught everybody's eye. So she got all the attention. Once you've got that, then you can go ahead and introduce them to your talent. But you've got to have an audience before that happens.
She and Tony definitely had chemistry.
Yeah.
I mean, the magic bounced back and forth. The reason why Jimmy and I are successful is we have chemistry. Besides, we're legally married, but it's the yin and the yang, you know, the crazy and the sensitive.
Exactly. You have a vibe, the two of you guys. I mean, it's like you're exactly the same and totally different.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, the one thing that I base myself on is I tell the truth. I am at a fault with it. I mean, some people hate me for telling the truth, but I feel don't give, like, I would never praise you as I did if you weren't who you are. And I'm not being,
if you weren't any good,
and I'm not being wonderful about it. If you suck, I mean, I've had some shit on this show you wouldn't believe. That the date when we left the studio, I said to Jimmy, "You ever put that fuck back on? I'm quitting." A torture chamber, you know, and they sit there with this fucking ego, like who they are. They made 2 films that suck, and they are so grand and wonderful, you know. And I hate that kind of bullshit.
Well, I've dealt with artists like that too. You know, I go in the studio, and sometimes the lamest people have, because they deep down in their soul they know they suck, so they put this defense up. Exactly. That, you know, and you just kind of go, okay, well, I know who to say no to if they call again. Right. But when I'm there with them working, I still give it 100, like I would.
Absolutely.
You have to. I work with actors like that.
Yeah.
I'm not to mention, but a couple of movies ago that I did, we had a guy on set that I think we were going to put his name before the name of the fucking film. You know, that he was so arrogant, and he had 2 lines in the movie. But you earned all the praise I give you, because to achieve what you achieved with those people, you have to be sensational. I would love to hear you play solo something. I asked Scott.
You can hear him. We can go to his YouTube channel.
Well,
come to me. Yeah, come join me.
I will.
Because I'm telling beyond the way, if we have the time, I'll tell you real quickly how this all started. We had just finished this 2 years on the road with Phil Collins. And I had guys writing to me saying, you know, I saw you and it was in a big stadium. And I could hear you, but I couldn't hear details sometimes because of the venue. And so what I thought I would do is I contacted our front of house mixer and had him send me the show from Adelaide when we played there, because it was a real good show. They were all good shows, but this was a good show. So what I did was I loaded it into my laptop. I have a little speaker plugged into the laptop, and I have a bass amp. So what I did was I would play. I said, I'm going to do the entire show 1 song a day. And so I did the first song of the show. You could hear the track. And then my bass part was sitting on top of it rather than in it. And I started telling stories about things. And like 3 songs into it, I had people writing me going, "Man, we love your YouTube channel." I went, "What YouTube channel?" I had no idea what the hell they were talking about. And suddenly it had evolved into a channel. And now I've got about 200 videos since the pandemic began on there, and I pick a song every day that I've worked on and play it along. I have to relearn some songs I played 50 years ago, like with James Taylor. And then I tell all kinds of road stories and backstories about everybody. And all of a sudden, in a few months, I've got 132,000 people on my channel.
Good for you.
Yeah, great.
Good for us at our age that we could still belt them out. Question. Yeah. Ever play for my other sweetheart, Tina Turner? You
know, I wish I actually played a bit of a live gig with Tina. Tina was involved when Phil Collins did, I think it was Tarzan, the music for Tarzan, and Tina sang one of the main songs. Well, Tina, we flew to New York to do the premiere of the show, and Tina flew in from Switzerland to sing with us. And man, I'll tell you, it was such an absolute treat. I mean, she came in like Streisand, like this total pro. We we had like a dozen background singers, and she immediately walked up, said, I want to hear each of you, placed them all so they would be balanced on their mics. And I looked over at Phil. He was like a pig in shit because she took over, and he was all he's ever wanted to do was play drums. That's what he's the best at. And he's one of the best drummers in the world.
I love it.
Another question. The Queen of Queens, Miss Patti LaBelle.
I did some recording with Patty.
I love her. Tell me she's wonderful and nice and sweet.
She was great. I saw the Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells open for the Stones at the down in what was it, the Sports Arena back in the late 60s, and she was singing her ass off then. I mean, she's got one of the great tools in this business.
She hits notes that everybody tries to hit, and they can't.
Yeah.
I love Patti LaBelle. I almost came close to Jimmy and I meeting her. She coming to our house for dinner twice because we're good friends with
Kathy Sledge.
Mm-hmm. From
Sledge.
Sister Sledge.
Yeah.
And Kathy lived a town over from us. And I said, why don't you and your husband come over for dinner one night? And she said, oh, you know what? Would you like me to bring Patti LaBelle to meet you? I said, what the fuck are you talking about? Would I like it? Give me a break. Please, Kathy. I said, absolutely.
Then we moved.
And then we moved because
How about one more? We're going to ask Queen because our next guest is getting ready to come in.
Okay.
Queen, did you work with Queen?
No, because Queen is a self-contained group.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, people have said, have you ever played with McCartney? I go, he's a bass player.
Right.
Yeah.
Play with him. But we had fun one time. We got called to do a demo of a song that Paul and Linda wrote, and it's really funny. Their next door neighbor, his name was Michael Bolton.
I love Michael,
but
Bolton.
It wasn't that Michael.
Oh,
Bolton.
not that Michael Bolton.
No, but it was just funny, and it was really fun. So that's as close as I got to working, doing anything with them as we did this demo. It was me and Greg Fillinganes, a whole bunch of us in the studio, and we had to sign a disclaimer that we wouldn't talk about it. But that was years ago and stuff. Yeah.
Okay,
it's a funny business.
Eileen sent me a text that you're supposed to make sure you check your text about the European radio show, please. And we have another guest that should be coming in any second now.
They're gonna kick ass.
They're gonna kick ass.
Well, we're gonna see you at the Wisdom for sure. And
absolutely.
If you don't show up, I will find where you live and I will come with a buzzer and I will buzz off that fucking beard and sideburns and then I will take pictures of you and post it on Facebook.
I love that, by the way. All right, everybody. So this is Leland Sklar. Please check out his YouTube channel. It's Leland Sklar, and join the clubhouse. He plays today at 3:00 Pacific time. Join him, Leland. We want to thank you so much for coming on the show. You've been fabulous, and we will see you soon. And when the book's ready to come out, we'll
check out our group, The Immediate Family.
The Immediate Family, you guys. Google it.
And
please. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Thank you for all the good
show. You guys are the best.
No, you are. Thank you.
No, you are.
Well, thank you for the good show you gave us.
Yes, we are. I love it all. Leland, thank you so much. There we go. I love it.
Woo!
There we go. Woo! Bye-bye, Leland.
Bye, Leland.
Yay,
what
everybody.
A sensational guy. Everybody listening or watching it, isn't he sensational? I wish all our guests were like him.
So you guys, real quick, you can listen to us weekly on our home station, W4CY Radio. We're also on K4HD Radio in LA, Jackalope Radio in Kansas City, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, Apple TV, Podbean, Spotify, and Pandora. And on TV, you can see us on Comcast, Roku, Vimeo, YouTube, and JSW Television at JimmyStarsWorld.com. Now we're going to bring in our next guest. Trench is coming in. Jimmy and Andrea. Hey!
How you doing? Can you guys hear
Good.
us all right?
How are you?
Right?
Yes.
How
Just talk loud.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Jimmy. So nice to see you in person, Ron.
How are you?
Jimmy?
I'm good. So
Right.
I have a question. Do we pronounce it Andrea or Andrea?
Andrea.
All right. So we got Andrea. You guys, Andrea's. And how do we pronounce your last name? Zatiero?
Spliha.
I'll never get that. Okay.
He's so bad with names.
And Jimmy Ferris. I can do Jimmy because Jimmy and Jimmy, you guys. And these are Trent. So let me do an intro for us. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, one of the greatest new bands on the planet. Their name is Trenched. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Ron.
How are you?
See, they already know you.
Now,
They already know who you are because they watch the show, so like I don't have to introduce you.
Oh, good. I hate that fucking introduction. Listen,
you're kind of like, I feel like we're the same thing some ways.
Well,
Ron's out of control and fun, wild, and
I get
Jimmy,
crazy.
Yeah,
It's
Annie's
calm.
the same. I never know what she's going to say, but it makes life worth living.
Well, Jimmy questioned, is her name Andrea or Andrea? The definition of that is Andrea if you're wait. Andrea if you're from Brooklyn, and Andrea if you're a queer from Palm Springs.
Oh, yeah, right. She's gorgeous, by the way. So you guys are an American. You guys actually live in Las Vegas, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Right now we do.
It was Viva Las Vegas when we got here, but then I don't know. I hope it wasn't something we did, but everybody went away.
It's more like Viva roast your balls off in Las Vegas. It's so hot there.
So we have a chat room full of people. Say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Is there anybody in there from FSU?
I don't know. Did you actually go to FSU? I see the thing back there hiding.
And I played some gigs up there, and I loved it. And we have some friends who are cheerleaders there. I went to University
of Florida, so like I'm like your rival. I'm the FSU rival because I went. But you guys actually met in Florida, right?
Yes, we did.
We did a lot of gigs for the Trojans too. So
and he still keeps me around somehow.
Jimmy may be your rival, but I'm not, because I was kicked out of high school at 16. I'm not kidding either. I was so bad and so out of control. They said either straighten out or leave, and I said goodbye. I don't need to learn how to spell and add. I'm going to be an actor, and I'm going to be famous. And all the people that did it, and all the kids that studied and went to college, they're making $12 a week, and I became who I am. So fuck them. And education, it's not necessary sometimes. Learn how to read. That's important. And then go out and make. I mean, look at you. Look at you too.
When you dropped out of school, did your mom yell at you like this, Ron?
No, my mother said to me, "You little." My mother said to me, "You little fuck. You better get a job now. Go to work." No, seriously.
You're like, how do I turn it back to silent film, Mom?
No, wait a minute. All of your career, all of your knowledge has nothing to do with your music. So you chose to be a musician and not a school teacher. And that's how I feel. I chose being in films and television and doing what I'm doing now. I could never be a CEO of like Costco.
He said though, like, did you want to like reel it back to silent films? And in actuality, his mom was a silent film actress.
My mother was.
Jenny Gabriel. Did you yell it silently and then write it out on a thing? You know?
Yeah.
No, my mother.
We get it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yes,
I got it when you did it. I got it.
No, my mother couldn't yell at me because my grandfather died when my mother was 14, and my mother had to quit school and go to work at You Need a Biscuit to support her mother. So my mother was at 14, but back in those days, at 14 years old, she knew more than college students know today. I don't know what happened to the schooling today. People just don't learn as quickly as they did back and way back then.
Yeah, but you guys haven't always been a band. How long have you guys? First of all, how long have you been married or a couple?
6 years.
6 years. And how long has Trench been a band?
6 years in May.
Okay.
I was looking for a lead singer, and I asked her if she wanted to leave her band and do that, and she basically said, "Well, if we're gonna sing together, we'll have to have chemistry, and then we'll fall in love." And so
embarrassed about
like,
this part.
"Are you available to fall in love? God says you are." And I was like, "That's really heavy for a hello talk."
Yeah.
And so, I tried to run away. She chased me down a few times, and it's getting caught. The best thing that ever happened.
Absolutely, she's absolutely gorgeous.
And let me say something to Andrea.
And
if he does, Oh, Andy,
Your hand.
Andy,
Thank you.
Andy. Listen to Daddy. If he doesn't marry you next year, kick him
No,
out.
they're already married, I think.
Oh, they're married.
Are you guys married already or no?
We got married.
Immediately.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
As
Oh,
soon as
I
I
thought.
realized I'd get 50% if I married her, it was over. Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
deal.
No, I thought you
You
were
know?
living together for 6 years. I was going to
Uh-uh.
say to her, "You're wasting time on this jerk. If he doesn't
Never.
marry you, lose him." But no, you're married, so now
Right.
I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
He likes people to be married, and
I believe in marriage.
plus you have to be married to her, because look at her. I mean, like, she goes walking down the street, everybody's going to be chasing after her, and if you got a ring on the finger, then you don't have to worry.
She looks like a gorgeous Italian actress. Are you
Thank you.
Italian?
Are you Italian?
Yes.
Her birthday
knew
is
it.
Sadiero.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Italian too. So I know,
Yeah.
we wops know each other.
Eyebrow.
I knew, yeah, we
The eyebrows. Yes, she brought up the eyebrows.
we're gorgeous. Italians are beautiful people.
Yeah.
That's why
And the
all
dark
the
hair,
all the
dark eyes.
that's why all
And I
the
got a big
horny
mouth.
all the horny old ladies go to Italy to meet Italian lovers. Did you know that?
Smart ones.
Old women like 65 and
Italians, so they don't
70,
know what the heck they're
they
saying.
all go to Italy to pick up young Italian men. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But so wait, what are you, Jimmy? What's Ferris?
That's English.
Yeah, it's Irish Scotch. Means like Iron Warrior, I guess.
Yeah, see, I'm Irish and Scottish too.
It's like it means Ferris, like blacksmith or something, you know?
Right. But let me tell you something. You married an Italian woman, so you have to be careful, because
I married
Italian.
an absolute angel right from heaven, and
No.
I'm
You have to
just
be
trying get her back
careful
in
of
the
her.
stars where it belongs, man.
You
I'm
have
just
to
doing
be.
my job.
You have to be careful of her, because one minute she's wonderful and loving, the next minute she's a temptress and a temper. You and me both.
This one too. Jimmy, I feel for you.
I'm not mad.
I love it, Andy.
No.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's hilarious.
That's what I tell
I
Jimmy.
think that's probably the most common lie anyone ever does. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. Or I'm not mad. I'm upset.
How does he
No,
know
What
I'm
does
mad?
that mean?
in
I
the
need to pull out
Italian.
my chart.
In the Italian culture, from very young, we are taught, do not only love your mate, because they will walk all over you. You have to love them and then hate them. When you hate them, they feel sorry for you and they behave. Then, don't you find that to be the truth? Andy, answer that question. Andy, answer
The
that.
last part, when you hate them, you feel sorry for them. Is that what
When
you
you
said?
hate them, they'll feel
No.
sorry for you because you're so stupid you'll hate them.
In other words, if you always kiss his ass and you're sweet to him, he's going to walk all over you. He's got you in the bag. It's like, okay, I got it for sure. But if you act bitchy and fight with him, he starts to get nervous and say, oh my God, I might lose her. And then they get sweet and nice. Like Jimmy, he gets nice to me. And I tell Jimmy, tomorrow I call the lawyer. It's over. Get the fuck out of my life. And he gets sad. And then he gets so sweet. Honey, can I rub your back? You want me to fix you? You got to do that. You can't just be nice all the time.
We had a guitarist once who had had some drinks, and he thought it would be a good idea to inform me, Ron, that he's like, let me ask you a question. If you ever get in a fight with Andy, have you insulated yourself with a prenuptial agreement or some way that she won't get any money and you can just kick her out of the group and we can move on? Have you figured all that out? And I'm like, she's right there.
Yeah.
And you're saying it where she can hear it.
Yeah.
And he's not with
I
me,
think
man. He didn't make it.
Yeah, you got rid of the right one. You got rid of the right one.
Yeah, and I think that Andy could bury
Shovel
all of
work
you.
late at night. I was like, he couldn't see she was Italian, I think. He must have thought
fool-
she was something that would let him live.
Oh
What
my-
what a
Give him
mistake he
stairs.
made.
Maybe stairs. I'm like,
I looked over at her and she wasn't saying a word, and I knew that was not good.
Yeah.
Italians
You
are
gotta-
the opposite of Irish. The madder we get, the more we're like, ah, but Italians are
one.
like, Italians start like, hey, I really like your suit. And then when they're about to kill you, they're like,
what did you just say?
It's true.
Yeah,
You know, we have an old saying. We have an old saying in Brooklyn. If I didn't like you so much, I wouldn't tell you to go fuck yourself.
uh-uh.
Got the end. Got the analogy of that? In other words, we said it, but you're not offended. So we have a way of working it, Italians. And then when we're fed up with you, we just turn around and say, I hope you die. You're no good, you son of a bitch, croak, stuff like that. And then an hour later, we're in bed having sex, making love, and telling each other how much we love each other. And that's being Italian. Love
Or when we're
Italian
mad,
style.
we just start cleaning the house. I'm not mad. I'm just doing the dishes. I'm now mopping the floor. I'm just cleaning, honey. Oh, look, there's cobwebs.
I like
So
love
if
it.
you keep her at the right level of mad, she'll clean the house and just a little more, and she'll burn it down.
I like love it. All right, so let's talk. You guys got a brand new single. First of all, you have an album that came out not too long ago, Doves of War. Now you got a brand new single, not on the album. It's a great song. It's very reminiscent of me. I thought it's very reminiscent for me, at least, of like a cross between like Big Audio Dynamite and like, I don't know, like In Excess or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. A lot of people don't even know who Big Audio Dynamite is, but they were like my favorite band growing up. And so it's really, really good. Tell us a little bit about the song and go for it. Just tell us something about it. What do we need to know?
We wrote the song maybe 5 years ago. It was one of the first ones we actually wrote together. And it was like that moment when we knew we had something. I mean, something amazing. And then over like a very short period of time, we realized we didn't have anything else amazing to go with it. So we shelved it ourselves. And I just kept practicing the instruments. Most of all the albums you've heard, I'm playing everything. And, I have other people I play with all the time. I'm not like one of those like shut-ins or something. But on the tracks, I'll track by track record anyway, even if I have 10 people there. So I ended up playing most of the stuff. And I just felt like we started with Doves of War in 2014. It wasn't good enough because the songs had a lot of places to go. And I just frankly wasn't fast and decent enough, I thought. So we shelved that song, kept looking for gold, and made United in Rock and brought that out, which was a lot simpler to play and depended a lot more heavily on my EDM composition skills. And so we released that. It did good. And after about 3 years of practice, I was able to play what I wanted to play on anything. And so like the guy that you just had on, he's amazing because he plays by himself. He plays a bass, but like there's all these jokes that like, oh no, it's a bass solo. That's the most horrible thing ever. But that guy could play with Phil Collins, just him playing and Phil singing. And that's it. Nothing else. Phil's, if you go and listen to, what's my favorite one?
From Phil Collins?
Yeah.
Paradise.
Yeah.
Well, screw Phil Collins. Screw Phil Collins. Let me hear you. Let me hear you play. I'm anxious. I want to hear your music. Play. Go, boys. Go.
Wait, how you guys gonna do this now? So, wait. Okay, tell them about this guitar because this is amazing.
This is Ice Caliber. I also call her Icy Lady. She's a standard size Fender Jazz, but with a few of my own mods. And she's made from bulletproof glass windows. So she's not Luddite or acrylic or something that thunks. She's actually got the resonance of superior to maple resonance in every single way. She's better than cherry. But she doesn't have to have a truss rod because she's strong like a bank window, which is what she is.
She's a bank window. It's a bank window.
Listen to me. You're a lucky guy.
That's cool.
Wait, when Andy comes after you with a shotgun, just put that guitar in front of you.
Over the balls, Ron.
Yes, he covers his balls.
I protect this or this.
After I finish cleaning the whole house.
If I get shot down there, not worth living. So
I know. All the
so.
Italian women are taught go for the balls because my mother used to say that to my sister. If a guy ever gets fresh with you, you just grab him by those nuts and squeeze him. He'll never do it again. I said, Ma, you might like that.
My wonderful mother used to laugh so hard at that movie that I think it was called Baby Boom or something. But the girl goes, just grab him by the apricots and twist.
Right.
And,
it's true.
My wonderful redheaded mother, I remember several times she stepped out of her character, and that was one of my favorites. Sorry, Mom.
There you go.
You know.
That must really work.
It absolutely works.
Believe me, it works. If ever a woman is being jumped by a man, raped or being assaulted, grab those nuts and twist them. The guy is paralyzed. There's no way he can move or do anything. And if it's really painful enough,
Whose side are you on?
It's coming out of your mouth or being. She looks like she's writing it down.
No, she knows it already. Her mother taught her that in private.
Yeah, she already knows all that stuff.
She knows all about that.
Okay.
Probably runs the Escobar family right now or something.
Well, most Italian mothers are smart and their daughters listen to them.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. So first of all, the song you're going to play is Loud and Clear then, right? That's the new single? That's one you guys are going to play?
Play it, for Christ's sake. I want to hear it.
All right, so you guys, they're going to go play it. They're going to go reveal their little stage. It's going to be very cool.
Okay.
So you announce the song real quick. Andrea, announce the song, and then you run back there. Oh, and we've got somebody else. Okay.
Oh, look, there's an orchestra.
Yes.
A band.
Yeah.
Andrea, you announce the song.
Yeah, we're gonna play Loud and Clear. We're Trent.
And
We're gonna play Loud and Clear.
All right.
This is Demetrius.
All right,
on keys.
Yay! Hey, how you doing back there? Nice to see you. All right, you guys, rock and roll.
On drums.
All righty, let's go. All right, you guys. So this is going to be the first time we've ever done this. We've got Trench playing their brand new single, Loud and Clear.
And wait a second, are they coming in over air or are they mic'd?
No, they're coming in over here.
Okay, folks, listen to me. You lose a lot of quality when you go over air. You lose.
Yeah, you'll be able to hear. You will be able to hear them. All right, you guys, rock and roll. Let's go, everybody. This is Loud and Clear by Trenched. Enjoy.
Now, to hear you live is really the experience.
I love it. Andrea, you sound awesome too. You got such a great voice. It's not only gorgeous, but a great voice. You guys, congratulations. Yay.
Of course she does. She's Italian. Italians all have good voices.
5 octaves. You can bring the rest of the band in if they want to say hi. Hey, guys.
Yeah, bring those fellas in.
Let's bring them in. Let's say hi. Hi, guys.
Get over here. Come in. Come in.
Come in real quick and say hi and tell us who you are.
Don't be shy. Get over here.
This is Amante, and he was a long way away a little while ago, and this religious fella told him, you need to get your butt to Las Vegas. They need you out there. And so he did. And here he is, and we did. And we did.
Yay! Okay, and the other guy, is that your son?
It's my 19-year-old son who, when I met her and we started playing, he said, he was young. He was like, it's 2014. He's like, what's the plan, Dad? What's the plan? I'm like, well, we have to make so much money. Those sons of bitches in black robes are afraid to mess with us. So
your son looks like you.
To do anything with this. And
don't they look alike, father and son?
I love it. Okay.
So
and what's his name? What's his name? What's his name?
Demetrius.
Demetrius. Hey, Demetrius. You guys look so much alike. It's not even funny.
Well, the old lady's there too.
Yeah.
Look.
But that's not the wife. I mean, that's not the mother.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the mother?
No, they've only been together 6 years. He's 19.
Oh, I don't. As I said, I dropped out of school. But you know what? I thought there was the chin. He and Andy have the same chin.
Yeah, you guys actually do. Andy, like you look like you could be brother and sister with Demetrius.
No, you look like you could be his mother. No shit.
Me and her call each other the Bobsey twins. So.
Yeah.
No, look at the shape of the faces.
Like Bobsey twins.
And Amante, how long have you been playing drums? Come and tell them.
Yeah, get it.
Tell them how hard and how.
Where did he go? Where did he go? Listen, don't be camera shy. Only 4.5 million people are watching you right now, so don't be camera shy or nervous. This is your chance to push your. Now, what does your T-shirt say? I can't read it. You keep moving around. Need new who?
Need new haters. The old ones are starting to like me. I love it. That's fabulous.
That's fabulous. It's so true. It's so true. So you enjoy doing drums?
Since he was 2, he says.
Oh wow.
Hey, what?
He's been playing since he was 2.
You've been playing drums since you're 2? Your poor mother, your poor parents. Your parents had to listen to that all those years. Oh my God!
Actually, I love drummers. We've had a lot of good drummers on this show. Steve Perkins from Jane's Addiction, Kenny Aronoff, Bobby Blotzer from Rat. I don't know. We've had a whole bunch because like I love drums.
Big biggies.
Nice. Have you guys met
now
Corky Long? Corky Lang?
No, I don't even know who that is.
No.
A Mountains drummer. Remember Mountains?
Oh. Okay.
No, we know we know the
I know that. I love her voice.
We know a lot of musicians.
Jimmy used to live, so he would totally come on Jimmy's show. He's right down the road from Wellington. He lives.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. So then we want to tell everybody, first of all, you guys, the single is Loud and Clear. So you want to have the single. The name of the single is Loud and Clear. It just came available yesterday. It's fabulous. It's on all the digital download sites. You're on Spotify and everything too, right?
Yeah.
Do you know?
We're already. It's doing really good. Everybody go and check it out. We're very happy. We've already had about 40,000 spins on it, and that's just a drop in the bucket. But that means that maybe there's a possibility of having 40,000 people to play for it.
There you go. Absolutely. I love it. And you guys can follow Trenched. They're on Instagram. It's at Trenched. No. Twitter is at TrenchedB, TrenchedB. Their Instagram is Trenched Band. And I don't know what.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Where did you get the name Trench from?
Trenched.
Like trenched mouth?
TrenchedB.
voice?
Yes.
What did she say?
Trenched in the dictionary or if you Google trench, it means the highest level of intoxication before losing consciousness.
So who discovered it? Wait, who discovered it? Who discovered it?
Well, the funniest thing was our band was Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll, which, as you know,
that's like played out Sex, Bag and Rock. That's been around.
We had that trademarked, which was kind of funny. And then
100 years ago, when
hang on, let me finish it.
100 years ago, when I was a kid, there was a band called.
100 years ago, what?
100 years ago,
there was a band called Sex. When I was
it's like naming the band Free Bird, right? Every show you'll ever go to, someone's going to yell
right.
at you and stuff.
Listen,
you're right.
We have to do 1 and 1, otherwise the audience is going to go deaf. When I was about 25 years old, there was a band called Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. I don't think they ever made it.
That's why they changed their name to Trenched.
I like Trenched.
Put it in a shirt and have
Yeah.
kids wear it to school. You're not allowed to say sex or drugs on a shirt for colleges, even. So
Oh.
Wait, bring that back again. What did you say?
yeah.
I saw it in a dream.
So she
Jimmy
put
was on a
trenched.
boat in a dream, and the boat said in red, "Sex, drugs, rock, and trenched." I said, what did that mean, Jimmy? He said, well, we maybe should change the band name to Trenched. I said, okay.
And
No,
then
what
we
they
got-
said is they want to put they hang on, because Ron didn't get that part. They want to make T-shirts with the name of the band,
Yeah.
but if you go to high school, you can't wear a T-shirt if it says sex or drugs on it.
That's all they do in school is
Not
have
any- no,
sex
not
and
anymore.
drugs.
I know, but
The fuck are we talking about? I can't believe it. They won't allow you to do that T-shirt. This is
Nova
fuck.
University
This is
actually was the
communism.
first ever to pick us up and play us, and they were also the first ever to ban us.
What's
We
wrong with
played-
the word sex? If it wasn't for sex, those little motherfuckers wouldn't be in school. They'd be not born. And
that's so funny that you say Nova though. Like, I a lot of my friends went to Nova, because I'm from
And
South
drugs-
Florida.
And Ron, drugs for the same reason, right? Like, if it weren't for drugs,
I
a
mean,
lot of
come
those
on.
people-
What year are we living in? The Dark Ages? Get over it. Print those T-shirts and fuck them.
No, because now they changed the name of the band to Trench, so they don't have to worry about it. Now they can put Trenched on one, and then you should put the definition in parentheses.
Yeah, that'll blow them away.
So wait a second. So you're from West Palm, Andy. You're from West Palm Beach. So where did you go to high school?
Nova.
You went to high school at Nova too, so you were smart, because that's where the smart kids went. Yeah, all the smart kids went to Nova.
I knew I wanted to
Breaks
sing,
on
so
him saying
books.
she's smart.
School wasn't my
Hey.
thing, because I wanted to sing. That's all I wanted to do.
Don't pump the brakes on that, darling.
I love her. Look at her.
I lived in
Talk about yours, young man.
I lived in Boca Raton.
Hang on.
It's a very different.
I know.
I'm
Just
an endorsed drummer, signed to HJ Entertainment. I've been playing drums since I was 2 years old. I'm endorsed with the companies Tama Drums, Big First Sticks, Texas Cymbals, Evan Drum Heads, Rolling Drum Pads. I've been on tour.
there you go. We heard you anyway. We could see it anyway, but that's cool.
Yeah, so I've been on my first tour when I was 15. I did a whole UK tour with Charlie Wilson's nephew, KC Wilson. Then after that, I branched out my wings, moved to Missouri for a little bit, and also went on tour with another artist named Strings. And from there, I just built my career from there.
There you go. And then let's go.
If you work hard, hey gang, listen to this. Kids, quiet. Listen to this advice from an old man. Okay, here's an old man's advice. If you love what you do and you work hard at it and you let the years build it, you will be a success. Never sit back and say, oh man, life fucked me over. I never got a break. That's bullshit. The breaks are out there. It's up to you to get them. And you, young man, the drummer, I admire you because you did it. You're a fighter and you're a go-getter. Go get it, baby.
I think you guys are going to be a hit. I think that the song is really, really good. I think Andy, I mean, your vocal range is like just sick.
Oh, she's got a voice.
I mean, it was just fabulous.
You could do Broadway with that voice.
You could do everything.
Oh no, she could do. She's like a. You're like Bernadette Peters. You could belt it out. She's another Italian, Bernadette's Italian. And you could sing.
And I love your Meg Tilly impression. It was fabulous.
Thank you.
I think it's fabulous. So you guys, this is Trenched. You got to follow them. They're on Twitter at TrenchedB. The Instagram is Trenched Band. Say that again.
If they can't find everything else from that, screw them. www.trenched.hearnow.com. And if that's hard, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like you guys.
All you got to do is Google Trenched Band anyway. And the name of the new single, you guys, is Loud and Clear. We hope the single takes over the radio airwaves. We want to congratulate you guys on it. Think that the music is absolutely fantastic. We want to thank you guys for coming on the show.
And I want to go one step further. Come back on the show when you win a Grammy.
There you go. I'll take that.
Yes.
Tell that,
Yes.
that cat that already has like 1,000 of them. Leland, tell her to come around because we've got the next single we're supposed to drop. We got 4 more that are also beautiful and our best. But we've got one called When We Were Young that he'd be killer at. I mean, I just want Gandalf to play with me, but you guys get that worked out if you can, because that guy right there, man.
We'll work it out because Leland is awesome. Leland Sklar. I love it. All right, you guys. So we want to thank you for coming on the show.
We can work it out.
They do.
All right, you guys.
Great.
Have a good one. We'll see you soon, you guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay.
They were sweet as hell, those kids.
Absolutely. Oh, look how good we look.
Oh,
I'm sweating, though. I'm hot. Are you hot?
I'm always hot.
Oh, I know you are because you're gorgeous.
No, I'm always hot, but I don't have a man that's hot.
So what's up? That wasn't
Well,
nice.
I didn't marry an Italian. If I would have married an Italian, my sex life would be better.
Oh, yeah.
You marry an English, Irish, they're cold people. You marry an Italian, forget it. It's explosive.
So chat room, what's going on? We want to welcome John Diadamo showed up in the chat room. B. Claudia's there. Michaela, I thought I saw some new people. Even Dave showed up for a minute from Stars Now UK.
Because he heard that we were talking about Angie Stevenson's
Stevenson.
tits, and he came in right away. Pig.
It was just fabulous. Anton says Jimmy and Ron bye. We got like 5 minutes left to go. So I was going to talk about something, but I forgot what.
That's because
What did we see? What did we see, though? Didn't we see something new, good that we wanted to talk about? Or I forgot. Did you guys see Ron's video of our alien? We got a new alien, 6-foot-tall alien that talks. And Ron put a video on Facebook, so check out his Facebook, and you can see it. You can also follow Ron on Twitter at Ron Russell Show. I'm at Dr. Jimmy Star, and follow my Instagram. I'm trying to build my Instagram, which was great. And I thought didn't we watch something though that we were going to tell everybody that we thought we liked a lot, but now I forgot what it was.
Why are you asking me?
I don't know, because I thought maybe you would remember.
I remember. I didn't remember where my dick is when I have to pee. Are you kidding? And I'm going to remember a movie. Oh, we did see something that we liked. Oh, yes. It was an Up film, a fun film, a very nothing film, a silly little story, but absolutely the most delightful, loving, sweet film that I've seen in a long time. And it was about the girl. I forgot the plot, but it was good.
Oh, we talked about that one already.
What's it
about the girl who was the TV news reporter? We saw that one.
Which one?
We told him last week. I forgot the name of it.
Anyway, go see that.
Go see that film. We can't remember.
Yeah, because it was so good.
No, it really was good, though. It really was a good film. I just forgot what it was.
I forgot what we saw. You know, it's all we do is watch TV when we eat dinner at night, which is something I never did in my life. I've always had dinner by candlelight at a table, but being married to Jimmy, it's trays on the lap watching TV. It's kind of Americana.
Yes, we're very Americana.
But I'm not. I'm old school Ginzo. But anyway, if I could remember the movie, I would be happy to tell you.
Oh, B. Claudia says you should tell everybody about your positivity post with Sue Wong.
Oh, everyone should go on my page, Ron Russell's show, and read what Sue Wong writes every day. She writes the most incredible, wonderful, sometimes ancient Chinese sayings, like the one saying she wrote the other day, and I loved it. In order to polish a stone, you must have abrasion, which means life is, in order to obtain something wonderful, there's shit that goes with it. Anyway, Sue writes
the shit that goes with it.
Well, I mean, that's my idea in Brooklynese. But Sue Wong, I'm mad about. I call her my enchantress. She's a wonderful designer of women's fashion, magnificent gowns. She's a Chinese lady who was a Chinese girl in China and so poor that her grandmother would kill rats and they would cook and eat them. Today, she is one of the wealthiest women in the world, an accomplished woman, an art connoisseur. She has magnificent homes and decorating. She's just an incredible person to know. Follow Sue Wong. Follow Sue Wong. Got Wang on the brain. Follow Sue Wong on her page. When you go to the page, say Ron Russell sent you, and she will be very kind to you as a friend.
She's very, very, very wonderful lady.
And in about 3 weeks, I'm doing an hour interview for my Set the Record Straight show in her magnificent mansion, of which we will photograph some of it as we do the interview. And you will get to know Sue Wong and her story and how she became one of the wealthiest women in the world.
Absolutely.
So when people say, you know, oh, I got the fuzzy end of the lollipop. Not true, folks. If you get out there and you get going, you could become something. It's all up to you. Don't expect handouts. Don't expect to get it free. Don't expect to walk down the street and somebody's going to discover you and you're going to be the next Angelina Jolie. That doesn't happen. You got to work at it. And I know Angie Jolie, but she's Angie Voigt. My daughter Deirdre's friend. They went to school together. Angie was an average kid, just like every other kid. And I don't think her father helped her either get where she is because they never had a good relationship. Angie Voigt, John Voigt's daughter, did it on her own because she's a fabulous actress and the most beautiful girl you ever want to see. And I adore her. I know her. So there you go.
There you go. So we got 1 minute left, everybody. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody is doing well during the pandemic, taking care of themselves, not doing stupid things. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. We want to thank our guests, Leland Sklar and Trenched. What a fun show it was to have them on.
I think that Leland is mind-blowing. I mean, when you did his resume, I was sitting here thinking to myself, oh my God, I thought I've met celebrities in my day. Look what he's played with. I mean, super duper mega stars.
And what a cool guy too, just in general.
I could hang out with him. He's like my friend. I wish we could, maybe we will be friends. I'll work on it.
No, we'll be friends. He's very cool.
I like him a lot. He's
to see if we can get him to add us on Facebook because he doesn't have very many friends because he doesn't add a lot of people, but we'll try and get him to add us on Facebook.
He liked us. He'll add us. He's a nice fellow.
Absolutely. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We want to thank Rebel, thank Dean at W4CY Radio. You guys will be back next week. I hope everybody has a fabulous weekend, and thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody. Bye, chat room. Thank you.
Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. That's what we do. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest up to date celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous too. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.